Good day, everybody, and welcome to 5 Minutes with Shawnee. And there's Mr. Sean Entin. Hello, Sean. How are you, sir?
Hello, everybody. How are you, Jerry? I'm doing great here in California, in Los Angeles. It's a gorgeous day, and today's show is, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. It's really, it's tough. It's not tough on me, but we're talking about not a friend of mine who suffered a stroke. But this guy, Russel Strom, found me in San Diego at Sharp Hospital and really was the one who got me through everything. I mean, I was so down and out. I was so depressed. Everybody around me was so much older, and in comes this shining light from God or from the universe, walking into my room, sits down next to me, and we sit and cry for hours. This guy suffered a stroke at 29. He's now in like his late 30s, has two gorgeous daughters. And Russel Strom, played football in college at an Ivy League school at Columbia, and just a wonderful man, a wonderful father, great in the community. And he gives his time back on the weekends to the stroke community. He tours the hospitals looking for people like myself. And if it wasn't for Russell, Jerry, you and I would never have met.
That's right. I'm gonna bring Russell in now so he can start talking too. Oh, welcome, Russell. Nice to have you join.
Hi, guys. Hey, how are you?
We're good, sir. Got a nice sunny day there in San Diego, looks like.
It's beautiful, yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit how you met Sean, and then we'll go back into your story.
Okay, sure. So I did some volunteering at the hospital that I went to rehab at, and when they got younger people who maybe were struggling or just wanted to meet someone else who was younger going through the same kind of thing, they would ask me to come talk to them, and I would do it. And so I heard about a young guy who had been in a mixed martial arts accident and suffered a serious stroke, and they said he was active and vibrant, and he was struggling a little bit in rehab. So I went in and I met Sean and his whole family, including his parents and his wife and daughters, and just got to talk to them for a while. And then I went back a couple of times, and we became friends.
That's awesome. So, Sean, where would you like to pick up?
Buddy, thank you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here right now. I mean, it was like, they say it's 5 minutes with Shawnee, but people should realize it should be 5 minutes with Russell and Shawnee, because if it wasn't for Russel Strom come to see me, I would never have had, I think I would have checked out a while ago, Jerry. I was so deep down and depressed, and him being such a vibrant light and a great character, like I said before, a father, a wonderful husband, and a selfie guy in the community. I mean, this guy's really built me up, and he kept coming back and coming back. I mean, who does that? And he kept finding me, and our paths have crossed so many times that he taught me what I should be doing with other people. So it's all about giving back. This guy is the epitome, is a statue for people like ourselves he's not even a warrior, he's beyond the status of that. And he's a guy who gives back to us. And so just thank you, Russell. And we want to, if you could just tell me, so how did you what did you do to kind of recuperate and to get back to, because you're basically back to normal, you're back to 100% now.
Almost, probably 95%. But basically, the mental, emotional stuff's a little harder, but the physical stuff I knew I could work on. And once I could get a little movement, I knew I could work it out, basically. And one of the weird things that helped me, I asked for an anatomy book. I saw it on the physical therapist's desk, or actually the occupational therapist, and I had a lot of trouble moving my fingers, and I said, "What muscles in your arm? What should I look at?" Because I was looking at my fingers and it didn't feel right. So I said, "What muscle controls that finger?" And she showed me in my forearm. So I started looking at that, and it started to work. So once I got a little movement, I knew I could work it out, and then I could get stronger and faster. So strength came first, then speed, and then finesse. So I'm still struggling with the finesse.
That's all right.
So wait, Russell, your stroke happened on which side? You were left side?
It was the left side of my brain, so the right side of my body.
And you were fully paralyzed, right?
Yeah, my right side was.
Wow. Kelly, can you kind of sum up the moment you had the stroke? You said you were washing dishes earlier. So you want to kind of recap that real quick and just tell us what happened, because it's comical, but yet it's serious.
Sure, and that's one of the things when this all happens is pretty terrible, but
It's okay, buddy. You take your time. We're in no rush.
sorry.
No, it's okay. We're in no rush. This is good.
You gotta laugh. It helps everything. If you're in a bad mood, you're not gonna recover as well. So you gotta hopefully have good people around you, but you gotta make the best of what you got. So
right. So Russell, take me back to the moment you had the stroke. Washington.
Right.
Your girlfriend, who you're now married to.
Yep. So we were gonna drive back to her parents' house that evening, and I was gonna drive. So luckily this happened before that. But I was washing the dishes, and I got really lightheaded, and I went and sat down in my office chair, and I was trying to get her attention, but I couldn't talk. And finally she looked over at me, and I took my left hand and I picked up my right hand and just dropped it to show her I couldn't move it. So she kind of had a sense what was going on. She obviously knew something was wrong, but she went to go call the ambulance, and I'm so cheap. I, just groaning and waving my left hand. I was like, no, don't do that. And it was going to cost too much money. So she helped me to get up, and then we started to walk, and I couldn't move my right leg, so we fell. And we tried again, and I fell again. So then she went and got my neighbor, and then they put me in my office chair, wheeled me to the car, and I got in. And then I started to try to take off my clothes because I didn't want them to cut my clothes like I saw in the movies or something. So she gets out of the car to go get the doctors, and she's like, "You better not be naked when I get back here." And I had my shorts half off when they got back to get me.
Did you get in trouble from the girlfriend at that point?
Nah, she kind of forgot about it.
Okay, yeah, so Russell, you never so they diagnosed you, and you said you had a couple of TIAs, and then a major stroke that night?
Yeah, I had a TIA. That was a TIA, transient ischemic attack, I think it's called. So I didn't get the TPA, the clot buster medicine. They didn't quite know what was going on. I went to one hospital first, and they didn't have the right equipment to see it, so they ended up transferring me to another hospital. And so I had 2 TIAs basically, and then fully recovered. Everything was back to normal. They were asking me questions like, what can't you move? And then it would start moving. It was really weird.
This is still in the hospital, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, and then I was at the hospital for 3 days just for observation, and that third night, the next day they're going to let me go, and that third night I had the major stroke.
Whoa. Wow. So, Russell, we started the story with you telling how you met Sean when Sean was in a dark place, and what led you to move through your own stroke recovery, and then to be in this place where you're going to go help other people like you did with Sean. And Sean has said for many years since I've known him, and actually since when I first met him, and I met you at the same time, is that you're a critical person in his life. And the fact that he's here was a lot of your mentorship and counseling that got in there. So what got you to be in that position and want to help people like that?
Well, when I was in the rehab program, at Sharp, they called the Community Reentry Program. And it's this awesome rehab program that basically gets you back into your regular life. It's not just fixing a couple of physical things. It gets you back to life. So I was in there, and they were really helping me, and they had volunteers come back a few times to talk to me and the other people in the program, and it really helped me. And nothing specific. They were just there giving their time, but I would just ask them questions. How fast did this happen? How did it happen? What helped you? I was just trying to figure out what worked for other people and how it helped me. how it could help me. And I just figured it would be helpful to other people.
And indeed it was.
He's a warrior, Jerry. He's a warrior. Jerry, how you on time, buddy?
We're pretty close to end, so we need to kind of wrap this up.
Okay. But I do want to, hey, Russell, do me a favor. Will you come back and speak again to all of us?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Russell,
it. Yeah.
I love you from the bottom of my heart. My girls do. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me and for everyone out there, because you started this chain of events. It's really because of you.
Absolutely. These are the three amigos here. We first met about 2.5 years ago in San Diego before the Padres strike out.
Yep.
So, Russell, it's great to have you back on. Thanks for your time today, and we'll definitely have you back on again.
All right. Thank you, guys. It's great talking to you.
Russell, thank you again, buddy. I love, my love is there for you and your family always.
Me too, of course. Love you too, man.
Okay, buddy. You take care.
Okay, Mr. Sean, why don't you take us out? Give us the
First, yeah. I mean, if I could sum this up, I met a lot of people, through this whole recovery process, but he was the first one that actually introduced Jerry and I, and he started this whole thing with me wanting to get back because he volunteered his time after suffering a massive stroke himself. And this is all about the community. No one's alone. I was alone. He came and found me, and now Jerry and I are out here doing this with Russell and Tina's of the world, and everyone else who's joining us to start calls. We're out here to really make a difference and give back to everybody. So please share this 5 Minutes with Shawnee with everyone your family and friends, and check us out at SeanEntin.com, and you go right there and contact us. Email us. I want your comments. I want to know your suggestions, and we want you on the show as well too. So it doesn't matter if you have a brain injury, a stroke, or you're just surviving cancer, a loss of a loss of a loved one. Let's do this together as a community. And so thank you so much for tuning in, and this is 5 Minutes with Shawnee. And thanks a lot, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday evening. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, everybody, and go to that Recovery Warrior Challenge page that you can find on the SeanEntin.com page and log in. Give us your email so we can stay in touch, and you can join us on the Recovery Warrior Challenge. We're going to have hundreds of people, thousands of people all across the country working with us. So go to SeanEntin.com and look up that Recovery Warrior Challenge. Thanks, Sean. See you, everybody.
Thanks so much, buddy. You're the best. Okay, pal. Bye-bye.